Hi all, I am Anindita Ghosh in the first year of my employment in software industry. I'm standing here in front of you to discuss a do or die challenge which agitated me a lot during my training period. And even it was a matter of retaining my job. So you can easily realize how much important it was for me. That is why I don't want my same age friends or juniors to go through the same troubles just because of the fact that they were not known to a couple of concepts. Let me tell you, first of all, it's very simple. The only thing is exposure to it. Hence, I have made an earnest attempt to make this thing easy. Regarding my experience, I'm just 3 months old in IT industry, so maybe my presentation is not pitch perfect, but it's just an endeavor. So please bear with me for the next 10 minutes and try to realize the concept properly. After getting placement in a software company from on-campusing, we were asked to crack one exam as our gateway into the company. At the time of training, it was this nested map which agitated and baffled us so much so that even after getting a job, when you should rejoice, life seemed to come to a standstill. Maybe the question which arises here is this really that much difficult? Frankly speaking, from college level to corporate, we were totally new to the concepts of Java collections, and as a result of which everything under it seemed to be a bafflement. Besides, there's a big difference in fetching the Java objects and trying to access its elements or attributes, and this is the place where most of us make mistakes. So now I'll be showing you the code. I'll demonstrate the code properly. So try to follow me and just try to realize how easy it actually is to deal with a nested map in Java.
So now, first of all, let's try to realize what is a map. Before thinking about nested maps, the first thing which we need to make clear is what is a map? What do we mean by a map? Now, as this picture goes, you can see there are various land masses which are given a particular name like Africa, Europe, North America, and this entire structure is known as an ordinary map. So this is how we can get the concept of a key and a value, where with respect to one key like Africa, we can have an entire land mass. So this is an ordinary map. Now, how does a map look like when it comes to technology or data structure? This is the structure of a map in case of computer science or data structure. As what you can see here is, with respect to the keys or the months values as the keys, we have separate values with respect to each and every of the keys. Just note one thing down, you are not having 3 to 4 or 5 values with respect to one key. With respect to one key Jan, we are having this value only, which is 327.2. Now the next thing which comes is, this is how the map looks like in data structure. And as I have already told you, with respect to one key, we are having only one value. Now let's come back to the code and try to realize how the concept of nested map comes to be. So as you can see, I have written one class which is nested map example, which is having the main method in it, and here I will be dealing with a nested map. So before diving into nested maps, first of all, let's try to understand how this nested map concept looks like physically. So this is how the actual structure looks like. As what you can see here, I am having an outer map and this one is my inner map. So the responsibility, or it is the function of the object of the outermost map, which will break the encapsulation and will reach to the innermost map. So as the diagram is showing you, this object is actually penetrating the encapsulation of the outermost map, and this is how it is reaching to the inner map. So only with the help of the object of outer map, we will be able to reach to the inner map. So this is how the nested map structure looks like physically. Now let's get back to the code and try to see how I have implemented this concept of nested maps in Java. So this is my code. Here is what you can see. I'm having one class name and a main method. And once again, I have taken a set of integers. So this set of integers is a length hash set. So this set will be adding various values. This is what I have done here. So I have added a number of values with respect to this set. And this is where I'm defining the inner map. So this line is really very important because see, here I have defined what would be the structure of the innermost map. This one is gonna be the string and this will be the set of integers. So this is the keys will be of type string and the values will be set of integers. So if you now try to relate how this thing coordinates with the image which I shown you in the slide just now, let's now try to get a proper picture. Exactly this is gonna be the structure where the keys will be of type string and the values will be set of integers. So this line is defining, this entire line is defining the structure of the innermost map or the nested map. Now here I am inserting certain values. With respect to my own name Anindita as the key value, I am inserting this set. So this set until now it's containing only these four values 14, 34, 24 and 7. So this is how I have inserted one value into this map records or the nested map records with respect to my key name as the key value. Once again in this line, as what you can see, I have commented, I am reinitializing the set. Maybe this is something which will make you fall in trouble. Maybe you are thinking that what is the need of reinitializing the set? Now try to realize what would have been the picture if I would not have reinitialized the set. I was already having certain values inside the set as what you can see in this picture. So if these are the new elements which I want to insert into the set and if I am not reinitializing the set, what would happen? All the things, this entire object will go and get here like this. That means now the set object will contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, total 11 objects inside it, which is something I don't want right now. I want only these new elements to be added into the set, and that is why I have made this set empty, and this is why I have written here or I have reinitialized the set. So this concept is clear, I think now, that why am I reinitializing this set. Later on you will find out that even I will reinitialize the inner map or the nested map for the same purpose. So after reinitializing, I am inserting some more values to the set 53, 23, 17 and 21. With respect to one key name or Moni as the key, I am inserting this set. As what I have commented here, values inserted into map. Now the most crucial thing comes here. Try to focus more because now I will be dealing with the outermost map. So this entire line is nothing but defining the structure of the outermost map. So let's now try to find out how is the structure of the outermost map. The keys will be of type string as what is mentioned. What about the values now? Just look at this entire piece of code. It is telling you the values will once again be a map of key value as type string and the value as set of integers. So this is where you can see I am actually making one value nested or one map nested with respect to one more map. Till now I was dealing with only one map. But right now when I have come here, I will be dealing with one map which is embedded inside one map. So now what I am doing is I have defined the outermost map. Now let's try to get a clear picture how this structure which will look like in the physical space. just try to get a proper picture of this entire thing. This is my nested map, or the map inside a map. As what you can see, this one or this structure is the outermost map, where the key as object will be a key, and the value as object will be once again an object inserted with respect to this key. And as far my code is showing me that the values are once again map of string and set of integers, that is why now try to relate to this structure. This is my inner map object. This entire structure is gonna be my inner map object, where the keys are of type string and the values are set object or set of elements. Guys, keep one thing in mind, that when I am telling a set, I am not only telling you a set, I am telling a set object, and there is a special significance for which I am taking the term object, because the elements which you have inserted inside the set, everything will behave as an object once it comes for the Java map. Every value inside a Java map will never be a primitive data type. It will always by default be an object. So that is why I am using here set object. So now let's get back to the code and try to realize I have inserted certain values and I have added this entire set with respect to the key. So now when you come to this picture, the integer values are residing here and this entire set object has been added with respect to one key. So now let's let's insert values into the outermost map. So this is my outermost map object. This is the key name. The key name is ELTP1 and the value is records. Now what is records? Just have a look what I have written here. Records is a map which contains certain key value pairs, inserting them to the nested map instance. So now the thing is, where have I defined this records? See, I have defined this records which is of the same type, string type as key and set of integers as values. So now when it comes to this line, when it comes to this particular line where I have already defined the outermost map, this line, now what I'm doing, I'm inserting the entire map with respect to one key, and the value of that key is going to be ELTP1. Similarly, once again I have reinitialized the set, and I guess I have already made it clear why am I reinitializing the set and at the same time the map every time. So the same reason applies here, only to make it empty and hold the recent values which are getting added. Similarly, I have added certain integer into the set and certain values inside the innermost map. So this much until now. Once again with respect to ELTP2, I am inserting this records map with respect to one key, that is ELTP2, inserted as a set of new values to the map. If you face any difficulties, you can easily go to the comments which are written just beside the piece of code. Now it's time for us to iterate or go through the various contents of the outermost map. Let's see how am I doing it. First of all, this is a predefined method of the Java map interface, that is .entrySet. So this particular method, it will help you to fetch the entries of a Java map. That means here on the left hand side, see what I have mentioned, the type is string and map of string and set of integers. Just keep one thing in mind, or try to relate to the structure of the outermost map which I had already taken before. See, it's exactly the same structure of the map which I am mentioning, or which I will be using in case of iterating or moving through its contents. So why is the type being same? Because every time whenever I'm coming to this map, the type of this map is nothing but string and map of string and set of integers. So both the sides will have to coordinate, both the sides will have to correlate with each other. Only then you will not get any build time or compiler error. So this much I think is clear. So dot entry set is a method which will return you the set of entries of the map. Entries means both the keys and the values inside the map. Let's see what I am doing. First of all, I am printing the outer map key. Next one, what I am doing is, now it's my function to fetch the innermost map as an object. As a result of which, I have already told you the left hand side has to coordinate with the right hand side, and hence this is what I have mentioned on the left hand side. Map of string and set of integers, and vals.getValue. Vals is the entry which is obtained from the set of the outermost map. Dot get value is once again a predefined method which will fetch you the value of the map. So just see what I have written here as the comment. Fetching the entire nested map from the key as an object. So this is how, and that is the reason why I have mentioned the type as being string and set of integers, nothing else, because this is nothing but the structure of my innermost map. If you have a thorough look, see this was the structure of my innermost map. So obviously when you are going through the map object, the types need to coordinate, as a result of which I have used such a type on the left hand side. Now the next thing which comes is, I have fetched the entire map as an object, as what I have already told you. In case of a Java map, both the keys and the values will always be objects. Now it's my duty to iterate or move through the entries of the nested map. That is what I have written. So now what I'll do, I will iterate through the values of this map. So now let's see what I'm doing here. Just follow the code first. So as you can see, once again I have used the set method dot entry set of string and set of integers, and this is how I am printing the the keys of the nested map using the method getKey, which is once again a predefined method of the Java map interface, and once again I'll be fetching the value as an object of set. So once you are fetching the values, that means now it's time for us to know what are the elements individually present inside the set, and hence comes the last or the innermost for loop, which is printing the individual elements of this set object. Remember guys, the fact that this line will print you the set objects within the third braces separated by a comma, that doesn't mean that you are getting the values. Remember, you are fetching only the set object. As what the documentation of Oracle goes, the toString method of a set object will print you the elements inside the set inside third braces separated by a comma, and hence because of that reason, when I am printing this set object with the help of toString method, you can see the elements, but that doesn't mean you have now got the primitive data types. So in order to get the individual elements inside the set, the innermost loop now comes into being. So this is how I will be dealing with the outermost map key, map object, the nested map key, nested map object, and once again the individual elements present inside the set which was inserted, this one which was inserted with respect to the key of the nested map or the embedded map or the map inside map. Now let's see what will be the output of this code. Let's now try to analyze what is being the output of this code. You can see what I have done. I was inserting the outermost key object as ELTP2 and ELTP1. That is something which is even coming on the console. See, I have told you why am I getting the result like this. That doesn't mean that you are getting the individual elements. Remember guys, this is the way the toString method has been implemented inside the set or the linked hash set class of the Java. So that is why you can get the values like this inside the third braces separated by a comma. So in order to get the individual elements, remember inside the code I used one more for loop, the innermost for loop, or this one, nested values are. So that is why now you can see the individual values like 41, 6, 26. So these are the individual values which you will get, which are present in the set. Don't get confused or don't have any kinds of notion, because just because of the fact that you are getting this value here within third braces, that is enough to let you realize that if I'm already getting the individual elements of the set, what was the need of the third loop? Actually, this is nothing but the implementation of the toString method, and as a result of which you can get the contents of that linked hash set like this. So as you can see, with respect to the various keys, these are the values and these are the outermost keys, ELTP2 and ELTP1. So this was all about the nested map example. Hope this is being clear. Just go through the code a number of times and practice hard, because it's only practice which will help you to get a good grip over nested map. If someone else wants me to give an elaborate presentation or to give a big one or a big presentation or explanation regarding nested maps, I am always there to help you all. This is my email ID. Just let me know whether you like this video or not. Just let me know the feedback, and if anyone is interested to learn nested map in more details, if anyone wants me to give an elaborate presentation, I'm always there at your help. Just send me your request and I will arrange for a Skype meeting with you in order to realize or explain nested map concepts properly. Thank you so much for your time. Just go through the code, practice it, and I'm sure you will get a good grip over nested maps in Java, because it's this much easy only. All the best for your future.